Today we're going to make peanut butter cookies. I made 24 cookies, and then in order to make that cookies, it cost me $2.60. So I made 24, that means each cookie costs 11 cents. Here's the cookies. This is how it looks inside. I would like to give it a try. Smells good. Very nice. Excellent. The recipe is in the description below. Make sure you tap the word more and the full recipe will open up for you, okay? So peanut butter cookies. I have a personal history with peanut butter cookies, like a 30-year history. My mom had a little bakery back home in Mongolia. She was not a professional baker, but it was something she learned and made a living. And I used to help her. Back then in Mongolia, we did not have American-style baking ingredients. So we used to travel to South Korea just to buy things like baking powder, cinnamon, peanut butter. Can you believe it? Yes, we crossed borders for peanut butter. We grew up eating very simple food. Not just much sugar, not many sweet pastries. So you can imagine a third world country 30 years ago trying to make American-style peanut butter cookies. It was quite an adventure. But here's what confused me. Every single time we made peanut butter cookies using the exact same recipe, the texture would come out completely different. One batch crispy, next batch soft. I thought maybe it was the way I was mixing it. But I did some research today, and here's what I found out. Natural peanut butter has only peanuts and maybe a little salt because there are no stabilizers. The shelf life is shorter and you need to keep it in the fridge once you open it. With natural peanut butter, your cookies will come out crispier, but there are some tricks to make it chewier and softer. The most common additions are extra softened butter. Adding a tablespoon or two helps replace the stabilizing fat. You can also add 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, which helps bind moisture and creates a chewier, softer texture. Try using brown sugar instead of white sugar because the molasses adds moisture. You can also add 1 extra egg yolk for richness and tenderness. The most effective combo is extra butter plus brown sugar plus cornstarch together. Now, commercial peanut butter, brands like Skippy, Jif, Peter Pan use hydrogenated oil to prevent separation. The ingredients are peanuts, stabilizer, sugar, and salt. The shelf life is much longer. So, what is hydrogenated vegetable oil? It is liquid oil that has been chemically turned into a solid fat by adding hydrogen. This process is called hydrogenation and it improves shelf life and texture. The most common stabilizer is fully hydrogenated vegetable oil, usually rapeseed, cottonseed, or palm oil, added in a small amount of about 1 to 2%. With commercial peanut butter, your cookie will come out softer and chewier. Now, here's a fun fact about history of peanut butter. Back in 1884, a Canadian pharmacist named Marcellus Gilmore Edson invented the basic concept of grinding peanuts into a paste, very similar to the natural peanut butter we consume today. Then, about 40 years later, 1922, a chemist named Joseph Roosevelt took that paste and made it shelf-stable and smooth. That is essentially how modern commercial peanut butter was born. Make sure preheat your oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. As far as with using the fork, it's a good idea to dip it into some water so it doesn't get stuck. Bake for about 13 minutes. Then let the cookies cool down on the baking sheet for another 5 minutes. They need to set up before being transferred. Another way to tell if your cookies are done is to look at the edges. If the edges look set and firm, but the center still looks slightly glossy or underdone, that is the perfect time to take them out of the oven. Thank you.